In 1986, the Philippines became a global symbol of hope. The People Power Revolution ended a dictatorship and ushered in a new era of democracy. For many, it was a turning point. The belief was that once freedom was restored, everything else would fall into place. We thought democracy itself would shield us from abuse, and with it came a sense of relief that the country was finally safe. But that very comfort became the start of complacency. Over time, Filipinos grew lenient with the system, thinking democracy could run on autopilot. Public vigilance waned. Government leaders saw this passivity, and slowly corruption crept in. At first, it was small, almost unnoticeable. But as the years passed, the corruption snowballed. Thousands became millions, and millions turned into billions. And because the people looked away, dismissing corruption as normal, and those in power learned they could steal more boldly, with little fear of consequence. This is why today, scandals like the flood control issue hit us so hard. Billions of pesos have reportedly vanished into the pockets of a few, and only now do people march to the streets demanding justice and reforms. The outrage is real, but so is the irony. It took this long for Filipinos to wake up to the scale of systemic corruption. The harsh truth is this: too much unchecked democracy can be just as dangerous as too little. When freedom becomes an excuse for laxity, when laws are treated like guidelines instead of rules, when accountability is watered down by political games, democracy itself weakens. It becomes the perfect playground for corrupt officials to exploit, a people too forgiving and too accustomed to failure. If the Philippines wants to move forward, reform is urgent. We need a government system that not only values freedom, but also enforces discipline, both on the leaders and on the citizens. Laws must be strictly implemented, not as optional reminders, but as binding commitments. Discipline, transparency, and accountability must stop being slogans and start becoming culture. Other nations in Asia have proven that discipline in governance and society leads to progress. Meanwhile, the Philippines has too often been branded the sick man of Asia because it allows corruption to flourish as if it were tradition, unless the government is restructured to instill respect for law and instill fear of violating it. And only then can the Philippines rise from being sick to becoming truly strong in Asia once again.